Why is my student not engaged? This question pops into educators' minds all the time. So let's talk about it. Why are students not engaged? It happens all the time, sometimes daily. So we need to figure out how to get each student engaged as much as possible. One way that you can identify this is by getting to know your student, figuring out what learning style they are, knowing their schedule, figuring out what they do outside of class, what makes them tick, and who they are. Yes, this takes time. You have to engage in conversation. You have to take time away from the actual teaching portion, but it is worth it. For my homeschool teachers out there, you know your children more than anybody else. But you have to figure out what kind of student they are. Once you figure out what kind of student they are, what sort of learning style they have, how focused they can be, what draws in their focus, these things are going to help you become better homeschool teachers. For the most part, I would say the reason students aren't engaged all the time is because they're either bored or they don't really care about what you're teaching. They're not interested in it. So, us as educators have to figure out how to get them engaged. How to make the lessons not only fun, but educational at the same time. Here's one thing that I found out as a PE teacher early on. If I tell the students that we're going to run a mile, oh my gosh, you should see some of their faces. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, a mile? No. Oh, that's so far. I've never ran a mile. Can I do it? Why are you making us do this? All these things would get mentioned. But let's say we change the scenario and say we're going to play soccer instead. Students end up running longer than a mile within a 20-minute soccer activity. But why the change in mindset? Because you promote it as a fun activity. It's a game. They're doing it with more than one person. Some like the challenge of the competition. Others just like to be outside. Some really enjoy the sport of soccer. Maybe they play for a club team. But because of the way that I presented it, and I modified what we were doing, students had a different attitude about it. So let's use that same mindset to something I would do in class. I'm going to work on essay writing with my students. If I were to say the word essay to students, you automatically get the sighs, the eye rolls, the oh my gosh, or, you know, my favorite these days, bruh. They just don't enjoy it because they don't practice writing and because they know that it's a big project to write an essay. 5 paragraphs long, 5 to 7 sentences per paragraph. Oh, they just don't like that. Let's say I present it in this way. Hey, I want you to pick out a movie that you really like. It could be any movie. And I want you to make a list of what happened in the movie. Also tell me what you like about the movie. You don't have to use complete sentences. I just want you to jot down your ideas. That could be day 1. That could just be part of a lesson. Instead of spending an hour to try to get one essay done, break it up into a week-long exercise to where they're only working on the writing portion for 10 minutes at a time. That still equals out to be 50 minutes, which is just about an hour anyway. Maybe the next day, tell them to list the characters in the movie. the main character, their favorite character. Tell them to describe what they look like, what they did in the movie, why you like them, something funny they said. And again, just jot it down as a list. The next day, have them list where the story took place, what era of time, what location in the world, things they saw in the background, things that stuck out. So you could see where this is going. So, without them even knowing about it, they talked about the plot on their first list. They talked about the characters on their second list. And they talked about setting on their third list. Now, that's 3 paragraphs that they've already listed. Now, they haven't put it into sentences yet necessarily, but they have a blueprint and an outline. The next step would be to take this list and put it into a couple sentences. I can tell you from experience, if you tell the students, I want you to write a 5 to 7 sentence paragraph, 99% of the kids will write exactly 5. It's just the way kids are, you know. I mean, you do have, the 1%, the one kid in class that will put in the extra effort, right? But the majority of the time, if you say 5 to 7 sentences, the majority of them are going to write exactly 5. But you got to break it up into chunks. It's all about the approach. You could have the same objective, you could have the same end result, but it's all about how it's presented to the kids. You would be surprised how much more of a difference this would make. If the students like to draw, part of it could be drawing a picture showing the setting of the story, the main character of the story, making a movie poster, heck, even tracing something. Some students really thrive and do well when you give them the art aspect of an assignment. Then, after a week, maybe a week and a half, depending on how long you work on this, you're going to have an essay, and now you're going to have a picture to go along with the essay. That was a lot of work within that amount of time. It was broken up into 10-minute, 15-minute segments, but it took them a week and a half to get it all done. After they're done, display it. If you're homeschooling, hang it up on the fridge. Post the picture on social media. Have the students get on a FaceTime call with grandma or grandpa, aunt or uncle. Get them excited to show their work to other people. This is how you're going to grow interest in subjects. It's all about the approach. How do you approach this? How do you present it to make it seem more desirable to the child? I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope that it helped. My name is Cole Stanley. I was a public school teacher for 16 years and head coach, and now I'm the owner and head tutor for Student First Tutoring and Consulting. We offer virtual and in-person tutoring to students of any age. Also, I consult parents and teachers on how to become better educators. I work with you. I give you methods. I give you tips. And I encourage you. And with my help, you can become better at your craft. If you're interested in talking with me further, please use the information below to contact me. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share this channel, and comment below. I'm going to try to be as interactive with everybody as possible. Let's grow together as educators. Thank you.